Mm. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was just enjoying some hot cocoa by the fire in my very real room. My name's Rainday, of course, and since you're here, why don't you sit down and join me? Maybe for a little bit of a story? Oh, you would want to know their story. Well, it's a big one. I mean, it covers the past, the present, and the future. All right, let's get into it.
Once upon a time, there was a terrible video game called Discount Overwatch, but you might know it better as Paladins, and in the free-to-play realm, the high-res community and the development team were in a super big fight. The players were frustrated and angry because in the upcoming patch, instead of adding content and features, High-Res decided to rework the system so that the legendary cards were absolutely broken. And it felt very unsatisfying and very unfair. Some of the changes there are questionable right now. Like sometimes you'll check out the patch notes and be left wondering if the entire patch was put together by some sort of freak who enjoys pineapple on pizza. A lot of things are bugged. For example, some of the heroes can jump really high and fast, sort of infinitely at a very high speed. In addition to the stuff I mentioned, there were so many other heroes kind of ridiculously broken yet fun at the same time. The players want High-Res to own up to their part in the accountability that they have for really creating a terrible game space. So Rainday decided to meet in person, and he was like, Jeff, you are such a cool dude and a grandmaster of game development. Only you can resurrect the high-res community. Now I know this is a big surprise for all of you. I don't know if anybody saw it coming or was expecting this, but now that I am the free-to-play overlord, I am in control of all of high-res. So let's cut the bullshit. As you all know, it is a major initiative of the Overwatch team and everyone here at Blizzard to minimize the amount of magical subhumans who have come from the land of the high-res community. And we're happy to announce that high-res populations are now down 17%. So we measure the stuff and we track it, and we're very pleased with those results. We know those numbers are not as great as they could be. We know that the problem is not solved, but the other thing that we're doing, and perhaps most exciting to me personally, is we're introducing a brand new map built specifically to permanently relocate the native creatures of the free-to-play realm in the new ecosystem, which we're calling Paladins Battlegrounds, and its trademark. The high-res community will be more manageable on the surface of the moon. That's right, we're gonna send those useless piece of shit to the moon. We have over 35 million players on an absolutely massive rocket, and all of high-res is going away. Battleground sort of turned the game a little bit into a gimmick, but we might keep it around for at least a week. We might keep it around longer than that. Hopefully all this will be a lot of fun for you. That is, of course, for whatever magical reason, you can still breathe out there and you won't instantly implode. The other things that are going on is we want to continue the story development. We often see you shipping different characters that we normally hadn't thought of having romantic relationships. That's a continued storyline that we want to explore, and we hope to do that through text. And the most amazing fan art and cosplay that I've ever seen sends nudes. I know you have a lot of questions about the matchmaking system, but the reason you get matched, against the best pro gamer, esport enemy team, and you feel like your teammates, they're all playing the game with no hands, is because all of us on the Overwatch team and at Blizzard want an inclusive, aspirational universe, and the matchmaker should match what Overwatch is hoping to achieve, so that if you are an extremely high-skilled player, the matchmaker will want to subject lower-skilled players to your inevitable wrath. You'll get to the point where you'll just sort of stomp them. Hopefully all this will encourage players to buying loot boxes in the store, seeing other people and seeing their skins and realizing how cool they are really goes a long way too. As much as everybody has this fantasy of, I want to customize my character in terms of gameplay, you don't want to do that. You think you do, but you don't. We also felt that just player power in general through a progression system, especially when there was some time investment involved, should be the main motivating factor. We would like the progression system to be the end-all be-all. Your motivation for playing should be that you're trying to get more powerful or acquire a bunch of items. I think a lot of you who played old school shooters will really love the vibe that this brings. And more important to me is that I look at this as just the beginning of what we can be doing with the game. I know some of you are probably shocked, like, wow, Jeff, the high-res community are going to be really upset. Hatred of Overwatch is at an all-time high. So high-res, and one single Yeti, also known as he plans to assassinate me, and I'm not sure which you are, but a lot of players think they are much better than they actually are. I'm sure if we tracked your playstyle and we went back and looked through your play history, I'm willing to bet that you're not very good at placing the crosshairs over targets. 1 versus 1, me, bro, Jeff will wreck you and your little dog. 2, once I toggle my developer hacks, I will one-shot him using discount Brigitte and send him to the Shadow Realm. Go. Feminism. If you thought you were going to get away from my band hammer, you're going to be in trouble and you're going to have a bad time. Sort of out of time right now, but as always, we look forward to what you guys have to say about Paladins because we feel like we're making this game with you guys, even though we ignored pretty much all of your feedback. So thanks for everything, and keep buying loot boxes in the store for the super low price of $25.99.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Paladins Update Showcase. It's been a while, but we are back and excited to be with you here. My name's Rainday, and it's OB66, the patch you all have been waiting for. Let's introduce who's going to be joining us for today. We got some old faces, we got some new faces, and some old new faces. We'll see who that ends up being. Of course, we've got High-Res Martini, Garrett Martini, our lead.
How's it going, everyone?
Paladins. Glad to have you back, man. And of course, we have High-Res Chris.
Hello.
Chris Larson joining with us. It's been a great transition having you come from, well, let me leave this to you.
So I've been with High-Res over 12 years. I was the one of the first 5 people in the company.
Wow.
Paladins needed some help, so now I'm here.
Good luck, me man.
You know, for me, one of the big questions is, what are our 2018 goals here for Paladins with you now?
Yeah,
in charge?
so, I mean, I think the biggest thing is to make sure that we have higher quality releases. So we're going to make a lot of focus over the next couple patches on bug fixing, quality of life features that the community have been asking for.
You serious?
I know Garrett's pretty tied into the community, so he's been feeding me the huge documents of,
Decimal
of
sensitivity,
missing
boys?
features.
Decimal sensitivity.
That came in.
Yeah, that came in.
It's a miracle!
So
Already huge changes.
right. So in Smite, we had this community-like commitment, which we did just a lot of focus. We were pushing out a lot of content, and we were doing great on that end, but we started losing focus on the quality of life issues that the community was bringing up. So I hope that we can kind of bring some of the lessons learned that we did there and bring them to Paladins.
I think the community, that's a breath of fresh air.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell it.
Smell that shit, baby!
What do you mean about
I mean, I like Fernando a lot.
He is the prince of the land of fire, noble and true in the heart of steel. Now in his last treasure shall be his, and that's my cry is his name.
What is this?
I will not die. Not yet, my friend. I will not die. Not yet.
What is gonna happen? Die! What the hell was that?
I wrote a blog post a while ago about why I f***ing hate video games. Because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
I can be Super Mortal Phil, defender of my countrymen, and a super stud who gets to have cool hair while playing. And in this virtual world, I'm agile, powerful, and I never have to do what my wife said.
Yeah, it's amazing how intense our Battle Royale is.
Your enthusiasm is infectious.
Chris, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to tell people about your little Fernando.
It's that real shit, yo.
Butterfly in the sky.
Come on!
I can go twice as high.
Let's get it on.
Take a look,
nigga.
In a book,
my nigga.
Reading rainbow.
You think it's a game?
I can go anywhere.
Suck my dick.
Friends to know,
my nigga.
Ways to grow,
nigga.
Reading rainbow.
Here we go again.
I can be anything.
Same old shit.
What? Take a look,
nigga.
In a book,
my nigga.
Reading rainbow.
See, this is the shit I be talking about. You think it's a game? You think it's a fucking game?
I think it might have been the first game
Not
Chris
starting
played.
off well. Your little Fernando,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
a very
Little
nice.
Fernando.
Yeah.
No, we're like
Claim to
last
fame
two
there.
teams present. Okay, Chris is on my team. We're feeling good. We're
Right.
feeling good. We got some streaks going. Chris sees in the distance. He spots this Genos at like half health.
Yeah.
And this is a
He needed to die.
Yeah, he needed to die.
Chris is
and
that
Chris
hand's
is like,
going down.
I'm Fernando. I gotta go get in range, so
That's
I'm
right.
gonna book it. I'm like, Chris, wait. I think I was even the healer.
Yeah.
It's like, Chris, you're too fast. And he's like, I want it.
I
And
think
he
I had like 20%.
He had that
Yes,
Fernando
yes.
fireball movement speed.
Oh, yeah.
after
Oh, yeah.
throws
He was
it, he's
thirsty.
zooming.
He wanted to take down that Genos, but this Genos, this was the best executed bait I have ever seen in
Oh
Paladins.
my gosh, I got
Because
so-
he gets within
so
void
owned.
grit range of Genos. Chris, his Fernando, he's gunning for it, and he just slowly rises into the air. Chris is like,
It's a trap.
and then from the buildings behind him, like 3 Genos through space and
Step
times,
into the
step
light.
into the light times 3 because you can stack characters in this mode, which is also a new mechanic. Comes in,
Kill him.
Chris probably poops his pants right there, and then just
Well,
vaporize. Okay, I'm sorry.
I think what really happened was
yeah,
I was
okay.
yelling
There's
out,
too much info at this
where's
point.
He
my
was
team?
he was
Where's
wearing where's my team.
You know, where's my effing
Where's
team?
my team, guys?
The flanking
Right?
Fernando was very concerned about where his teammates
Chris,
were.
that's a segue. And of course, we got James Cret Horgan here.
The only character who I care about my deck was Blaine.
Alright, let's talk about hurting people's feelings.
Yeah, I started balding at 17, man, so this is the
You've
only
been
path.
rocking it for long enough.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. Under the sun, the bastard son will pop the clock to
I'm like,
BGs real
Kevin,
quick.
I gotta get my beauty sleep. Like,
Yeah.
what?
How can
Yeah,
this
you,
make-
you need a little bit more
I
than me.
know.
It's okay.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible!
You know, Lloyd, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
I mean, there was a system that I guess the community didn't like.
That's what the word
Cards
is.
Unbound or whatever it was called. I didn't know much about it, to be honest.
Sure.
But yeah, we decided to change that up a little bit. So yeah, should we get some details up?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
everyone probably read the post already, so I don't want to go through all the details there.
Absolutely.
But
It's gone.
Yes.
Gone. excited. Yes! Oh, yes! 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 Now we can go to your grades from...
You so fucking precious when you smile. Hit it from the back and drive you wild. Girl, I lose myself up in those eyes.
Yeah, I've seen the memes that have been on the Reddit. So
they're beautiful.
Yeah, they are quite beautiful. Chris came in and like just within a week he turned the whole thing around.
You just kicked in the door and you're like, let's do
yeah,
this.
It's like, here we go. Yeah, so we're gonna replace it with basically a new system that will, when you unlock a character, you'll unlock all the cards for that character. We're gonna unlock legendary cards,
which we're changing.
Which we're gonna change to be called talents.
Okay.
Because they're not really cards. They're more of a way that you can look at your opponents and decide on a different playstyle.
Right on. And so those aren't going to have levels, right?
No, there's no levels on those. What we're going to do is change up the leveling of a character to be much more gradual, but infinite. Number one, if you're an existing player and you have a legendary card, that what we'll call talents in the future, you'll already have that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're not going to take anything away from any of the existing players. This will be more from a new player acquisition type thing, where I'm a new player that's coming in and I'm learning Fernando. We're going to give you the talent that we feel fits that character the best.
Sure.
And then the other talents will simply be variations on how you want to adjust your playstyle as you get more comfortable with that character. We're removing all the unbound progression out of the game.
I had someone tweet saying, "Are you bringing Essence back? Are you know?"
No Essence. We don't want to monetize statistics.
Gotcha.
When we start to monetize this game, it'll be more around skins, like global emotes, like those silly things that are fun to collect, but not something that necessarily is going to change the gameplay. The whole team has been looking at how we can take where Paladins is today and how we can make it the best game possible in the future. Next week, we have a stretch goal to get the Unbound system removed and the new system in on PTS so that we can start getting feedback from the players. And then I hope within a 2 weeks time frame, we can get it live.
There was a ghost! This ectoplasm! Did you see the ghost? It ran through here and slimed me! No, that wasn't me, that was a spooky ghost!
Be gone, fuck!
I'm so happy!
Long black hearse, clear blue sky. Preacher says his words, grown men cry. Women start to faint, dark gray sky. Simple wooden box, preacher asks why. Hey, have you heard the news? Dewey Cox died. Put him in the ground, start to shovel dirt. Grown men turn away, cannot bear the hurt. He fell out of a tree, fell upon his head. Rushed him to a hospital, there pronounced dead. Hey, have you heard the news? Dewey Cox died.
No, say it isn't so. Dewey Cox died.
I am
Here it comes. Ready? Ready for this? Turn around, turn around, turn around.
Oh my god, dude.